Hey there, Cam here from Training Talk. Welcome to this week's episode of Endurance Coaching Business. Today I want to talk about a quite emotionally charged topic. So definitely not on the light side of things, but I think it's important just to deal with it up front and just talk about some clear facts about the situation. So the topic I want to talk about is, should you quit coaching in the age of AI? So I know that question is probably a little bit confronting. Maybe I should have phrased it as you should not quit coaching in the age of AI, because that's what I actually believe. But I want that title to be a little bit more confronting, to get hopefully more coaches reading it, just to settle things down a bit. So let's dive into it. We'll get straight into it. I want to be really matter of fact about this as much as I can, although there is a lot of uncertainty. I think these points are valid and important, especially now. So AI is everywhere at the moment, and there are lots of AI coaching apps popping up, been around for a little while, promising smart training plans in seconds, with chatbots answering athlete questions directly, platforms selling that AI coaching directly to athletes. A lot of those platforms are the ones that used to or still do sell to coaches as well, to allow their coaches to coach athletes. But all of these things are really in direct competition with human coaches, even if they do offer a coaching platform for you. Maybe you've caught yourself wondering, maybe you haven't quite said it out loud yet, but are you still going to have a coaching business in 5 years? Or should I just get a normal job before all of this blows up? And for me, as a professional software developer and business owner, I've been thinking about a lot of things in the context of my business in my job, because probably a lot, even more than what's been happening in coaching, AI is very prevalent in software development. So these are just things that I've been thinking about, and they apply the same to me as they do for you in your coaching business, I think. So these are really just my thoughts. So, if you've been asking yourself these questions, then this post is for you. So let's tackle these uncomfortable questions head on. So should you quit coaching because of AI? But let's jump straight into it. No, please don't. And I think, in fact, AI would be more likely to threaten a new job that you might take than it would be to threaten your coaching business. And especially if you take the other track and decide to learn to put AI to work for you in your business. So what's actually changing in terms of AI and endurance coaching? So it's showing up already in endurance sports. So apps that generate training plans based on a questionnaire and training history from athletes, automated feedback based on HR, power, GPS data and questions, chatbots that answer basic questions instantly to their athletes, AI coach subscriptions sold directly to athletes at relatively low monthly fees. That seems like they're a direct competitor to coaches, but maybe they just aren't, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. So these tools, it's not just hype, they are genuinely useful for some people. So AI in coaching is good at scaling simple, repeatable tasks, producing good enough training plans for budget conscious or DIY athletes, and crunching big piles of data to spot simple patterns. But there are big gaps, especially in the areas that matter most for real humans that you coach, that live real lives. AI does not understand the full context of an athlete's life. Kids, work, sleep, stress, confidence, fear, injury history. So a lot of these things are not even in the data or in the system. So even if the AI could interpret these well, it doesn't even have the data to do that. And athletes don't volunteer that to an AI, probably, but they may to a human coach once you have built that relationship. So it doesn't know when someone is on the edge of a burnout or breakthrough just from the data. It can't build a relationship, create a sense of belonging, or fundamentally change how someone sees themselves. So that's how I see coaching, all around those things. So AI is changing parts of the coaching landscape, but that doesn't automatically mean it's time to walk away from coaching. Now let's talk about the alternative. Like, what is the hidden risk of doing the alternative, quitting coaching and getting a job, and why that might actually be more riskier than persisting in your coaching business. So maybe when coaching starts to feel a bit uncertain because of all of this stuff that's happening in AI, I mean, it's across lots of different industries, not just coaching, you might think, maybe I should just step back and get a stable job instead. So on the surface, that sounds safe. Regular salary, clear role, someone else worrying about the business. You just need to go in and do your job. But the flip side of that, and it's uncomfortable, that many of the jobs people retreat to, if they do quit their own business, might actually be more risky from AI than something like a well-run coaching business. So the instinct might be coaching feels risky, a job feels safe. So types of jobs that might feel safer than a coaching business: admin, operations, customer service, generic knowledge work. But that's exactly where AI is starting to be applied heavily anyway. So automating email support, streamlining admin and back office tasks, replacing major parts of marketing, customer service, data analysis. So a lot of these roles are built on repeatable, documentable tasks, and that's where AI is really good. So next, let's go into how AI impacts those types of employees versus business owners. So as an employee, you're like, to the business owner, you're a cost line on a spreadsheet. You don't control when or how AI will be brought into your department or into your role. If AI makes your team more efficient, the business keeps the benefit and may decide it needs fewer people. And you might find out about AI changes after the decisions about them are made. So on the flip side of that, as a business owner, say you as a coach in your business, you decide which tools you use and how you use them. And then you can use your AI to reduce your own admin time, improve your athlete's experience, create new offers and products. And when AI saves time or money, that upside flows directly to you as the business owner. So you can redesign your services around your strengths and let AI handle the boring part. So this is the core argument that I'm trying to make, really, that AI is a powerful tool, more powerful tool in the hands of decision makers. So it tends to be a threat to people whose work is easy to automate or who don't control how the tech is used, so that's employees, and it tends to be more of a leverage for people who do control their processes and offers. So that's business owners like us. So the irony is stepping away from your coaching business into a safe, double quotes, inverted commas, job might actually increase your exposure to AI risk rather than decrease it. So now let's talk about what AI can't replace, in my opinion, which is the real value of a great coach. So it's easy to over-focus on I talk about this a lot, it's easy to over-focus on the training plan side of coaching, the intervals, the periodization, the load progression, but ask your athletes what they really value about you and you'll probably hear very different things. Human connection and trust. So athletes don't just stay because you prescribe the correct workout 6 times 15 minutes at 5K pace because you looked at their data and you've seen you know what their thresholds are and you've seen what their load is. They stay because they feel seen and heard. You remember what matters to them, their first marathon, their Kona dream, their fear of open water. They trust that you're in their corner when things go wrong and when things go right. So Trust isn't a feature that you can easily bolt onto an AI training app. Context, judgment, and nuance. So real life is real messy. You know this as a coach dealing with athletes. Kids get sick, work gets crazy, motivation ebbs and flows, it comes and goes. Injuries flare up at the worst possible time. And a good coach doesn't just say, adjust TSS by 10%. They help athletes navigate the trade-offs. You're exhausted, let's pull back this week and protect the big picture. We can still hit that race, but we're going to change the goal. The numbers look fine, but I can hear in your voice you're cooked. So AI can analyze charts, you can analyze humans. Identity, belief, and confidence. So coaches often do something AI simply can't, and that's help athletes see a bigger, better version of themselves. Build their confidence when training gets hard, and support them through DNFs, bad races, and self-doubt. So a great coach doesn't just improve someone's FTP or pace, they can change how that person thinks about what they are capable of. And that's the real value in coaching. Community and belonging. So athletes don't just want a plan, they want a community, they want a sense of these are my people. People like us do things like these. Shared experiences, shared challenges, events, and celebrations. So that's where things like group programs, memberships, or just a team environment shine, and where coaches can create that huge value that AI just can't. So these are things that make athletes loyal and keep them around for years, and they're very hard to automate even with this crazy new AI stuff. So hopefully that's convincing enough for you to think, yeah, coaching is probably less risky than getting a job with AI. So let's turn it around now. How coaches can use AI as a tool in their businesses and not see it as a threat. So instead of asking, will AI replace me? A more powerful question for your business is, how can I use AI to become an even better, more scalable coach? Here's a few practical ways. So automate the boring stuff. So free yourself from tasks that don't require your unique brain, your unique skill and knowledge, things like drafting emails and newsletters, writing social media posts and blog outlines, creating standard onboarding emails and FAQ responses, summarizing athlete feedback or survey responses. Now, I'm not saying that the AI does all this for you. You still review and tweak and give it a lot of context, but you just don't. This just means you don't start from a blank page. And if you're not great at writing, then AI can really help you get started. So the result of this, that you'll have more time for real coaching and real athlete relationships. So another thing you can use AI for is enhancing your existing programs and content. So brainstorming ideas for educational posts, videos, or mini courses, turning your expertise into structured programs and resources, and repurposing content. For example, if you've done a webinar before or you have some articles, you can get AI to read the transcript or read that article and turn it into different types of content, like an email series or a series of social posts. So basically you're providing all the expertise and nuance, and AI is just helping you package it faster and into different formats so you can share it across different places. Next thing, personalization at scale. So AI can help you organize athlete data, highlight patterns or problems that might need attention that you didn't necessarily spot on your own with limited time, and even things like creating draft messages or check-in questions that you can then personalize later. And again, you remain the decision maker. You're just using AI to help speed up these processes. So AI just makes it easier and faster to get to the important bits of coaching. The other one, marketing and business growth. So this is a big sticking point for most coaches, that they just never have time to get to the marketing and business side of things. So AI can help you drafting landing pages and sales emails. I don't know any coaches who love writing sales emails, test different headlines and offers, create consistent social content to attract and nurture new athletes, and you decide what you stand for and how you serve athletes. You're just using AI as a tool here, and it helps you communicate what you do stand for and how you serve athletes more effectively. So moving on now to a problem that I've been talking about for a while is the fact that a lot of the coaching platforms now are selling AI coaching direct to the athletes that are in the platform. So and this is a bit of a pitch for Training Tilt. So because Training Tilt, we have built specifically for coaches, we don't sell anything directly to athletes, AI or otherwise. So it's always you that owns the relationship with the athletes. And one of the biggest risks now with AI coaching, it's not just like the tech itself, but who owns the relationship with the athlete. So I'm biased obviously, but I don't think coaches should let the coaching platforms, even if they're not AI based now, own the relationship with your athletes. So if an athlete signs up directly with a coaching platform like Training Peaks or TriDot or something like that, the platform owns that customer. The platform controls a lot of the pricing and it controls the experience, and the platform can change direction whenever it likes. Now you're sort of part of that, but you're not in that decision loop. So if those same tools, AI or otherwise, are part of your coaching ecosystem, then that can be a little bit different. So if you are using something like Training Tilt where you own the relationship, the athletes sign up with you, not with the platform. They don't sign up with Training Tilt. You decide which features that the athletes can see, and the relationship and the communication and the brand are all yours as part of the coaching business. So that means you can be the hub, not just the line item. So the safest place to be is the hub of your athlete's endurance world. So that means a branded home where your athletes log in. Their plans, resources, community all live under your coaching business's brand. Communication, billing, content, group interaction, all handled in that one place. So that's where something like Training Tilt can help. All-in-one business platform designed specifically for endurance coaches, billings, plans, content, memberships, and community all in one hub, and you own that environment where you can integrate AI with our AI tools that we built for coaches, and that automation on your own terms. So I've got a little bit more here about it, but I think that's enough selling from my end, because I really do want to keep focused on non-specific things to Training Tilt that can help coaches think about this sort of thing. So what are some practical next steps if you're feeling a bit of this AI anxiety? And here's like a simple example action plan. You don't need to do it exactly like this, but this just might help you think about it. First step is to recommit to your unique value. So write down what your best athletes value most about you. So probably chances are they're things like support, belief, adaptability, accountability, trust, community. So those are your advantages. So those are the things in an AI world that you want to double down on. 2, identify 3 to 5 tasks that you can offload to AI as a partner, not as a competitor. So pick a few repetitive tasks, some examples: drafting weekly newsletters, creating social captions, writing standard emails like onboarding, reminders, FAQs. All that stuff you should have in your platform or on your website that you may never have gotten around to doing. So just use AI to create the first drafts and work with AI to tweak them, and that'll save you hours and hours. 3, audit your tech setup. So ask yourself, are your athletes engaging in the platform that you're using, or are they fragmented across other people's tools? Do you have a central hub for your community content and communication? Is your system set up to scale, or are you still juggling scattered spreadsheets and apps, etc.? Fourth thing to do, design one new scalable offer. So think about maybe a group coaching program, a membership with training plans plus community plus education, or a hybrid model combining some one-on-one support or all one-on-one coaching, but also with group elements. And you want to use AI to help you all of this stuff, to deliver it without burning out or just not delivering it, having big goals but never finding the time to do it. And finally, 5, set a 90-day experiment. So instead of trying to make a forever decision about your coaching business now, just run an experiment. So for the next 90 days, commit to using AI for a well-defined set of specific tasks, centralizing your coaching business into a platform that is independent of the AI coaching platforms. That doesn't mean you need to switch to Training Tilt or something, but just something that you own where you can put your content and your community in. And test one new scalable offer. And at the end of those 90 days, compare your stress levels, your available time, the athlete engagement and retention, and your revenue and growth. And chances are you'll at least feel more in control rather than out of control. So back to the original question, should you quit coaching? Let's come back to that. Should you quit coaching because of AI? And if coaching means to you manually writing training plans and prescribing training, if that's all it means to you, then yeah, maybe that version of coaching is under pressure. But if coaching means building real relationships with athletes, helping people achieve things they never thought possible, creating a community around endurance sport, running a professional scaling business that uses smart tools, then the answer is clear. No, don't quit coaching. Double down on building a better coaching business around the things that AI just can't do. So, like I was saying before, AI is far more likely to reshape traditional jobs than to replace human-centered, relationship-driven coaching business. So as a coach and business owner, you're really in the powerful position because you can decide how to use AI. You can turn it into leverage instead of competition, a partner, and you can build offers and communities that AI alone can't match. So that all sounds good. I hope it helped. And of course, if you want a coaching platform that can help with these things and also helps you own the coach-athlete relationship, then take a look at Training Tilt. And yep, great. It would be great to hear your thoughts about AI, how you're feeling. I'd love to hear it. All right, talk to you guys next week.